How are you? I am Alok Kumar Maulik, Assistant Teacher, Police Lines High School, Magura. Email alok111971@gmail.com. How are you? What are you doing? I want to teach you speech, and direct and indirect speech. Do you finish your homework? I finished my homework. Uh, what do you think about our today's class? Our today's class lesson is narration. I have already discussed it. Find it how many kinds of narration? There are two kinds of narration, and you will find direct and indirect. Here some example of narration, then you will know what is narration. Direct narration. Shakib said we had learnt voice last month. And then indirect narration is Shakib said that they had learnt voice the previous month. Shakib said this is there are two parts of a narration. One is reporting verb and another is reported speech. I want to discuss about reporting verb. Reporting verb means the speaker's statement, or speaker speaks, which is on the basis of the reported speech. And reported speech means what the speaker said. There are two parts of a narration: reporting verb and reported speech. Reported speech is under inverted comma or quotation marks, and reporting verb is out of the quotation marks. Here you can see Shakib said we had learned voice last month. Reporting verb Shakib said, and we had learned voice last night. This is reported speech. So you can understand what is reporting verb and what is reported speech. Now we want to discuss how to indirect from direct. Here we will see some instruction. Direct speech is on the basis of 5 sentences, and you will see Shakib said we had learned voice last month. Here there are 3 kinds of function where you use there are 3 kinds of function. One is reporting verb, another is inverted comma, and then persons. Shakib said there are you may see we are divided some parts of the narration, and then you may see where we said it. You will see some rules to indirect from direct. There are some subjects here. Direct narration means and indirect narration, and from direct you will turn into indirect. Indirect narration does not receive any inverted comma, but direct narration receives inverted comma. we know there are 5 kinds of sentence. Those are assertive, interrogative, imperative, optative, exclamatory. But these 5 kinds of sentences are followed when you will change narration. Then we can see there are some points that we need to sense. Reporting verb, you will say the first sentence is assertive sentence, you will get said or said to. You must turn into told or said. Then interrogative sentence, you will find asked at the place of said to. Imperative sentence, you will find ordered, request, advised, forbade, proposed at the place of reporting verb. Then we enter into optative sentence. There you will find, if you get reported speech, subject like God, heaven, Allah, you will use wished, but others time you will use prayed. In exclamatory sentence, exclamatory sentence, optative sentence and exclamatory sentence, exclaimed with wonder, or exclaimed with joy, or exclaimed with sorrow. If you get pleasing, joy, sad, sorrow, and astonishing, wonder. So you can understand the change the reporting verb, and then we will turn into inverted comma. When you will get inverted comma at the time of assertive sentence, you must use that. And interrogative sentence, if or WH word. Imperative sentence, to or that. To or that. If you get negative, not to, you may use. If you use told at the place of reporting verb. And optative sentence. Optative sentence, you will use that, and the same as you will use exclamatory sentence, that. So assertive, optative, and exclamatory, there are 3 kinds of sentence that you will use that at the place of inverted comma. The third sense, we have already discussed about sense number 1, sense number 2, and now we are going to see what are the sense of 3. Here you will see that the person sense of person. If you get first person, the first person of reported speech will be the subject of reporting verb. If you get second person in the reported speech, it will be the object of reporting verb. And if you get third person, there will be no sense, as the subject third person or object or possessive. It will be set out at the same way in indirect speech. So, and first person, if you get first person, and you know there are 3 part of person: subject, object, and possessive. If you get subject form in reported speech, you will use subject form of reporting verb at the time of indirect. If you get second person subject form in reported speech, you will use the subject form of object reporting verbs object. And the same way, if you get object, you will use object. If you get possessive, you will use possessive. At the same way, when you will get either first person or second person, but third person will not be changed. And this is an example. Rahul said to me, you were learning narration. Rahul told me that I had been learning narration. Here you will find that you is a second person, and that is why the object is me and you is subject. Me is transferred to subject. This is the way of transforming subject. Now reported speech, third person, sense of third person, you will get third person, there is no sense of third person. So third person will be set up whatever he was or whatever he is. The sense of fourth, here you will find that sense of tense. If you get present indefinite, present perfect or future indefinite in reporting verb, there will be no sense reported speech. There will be no tense sense of reported speech. So reported speech tense will as same as it was indirect speech after changing indirect. But on the other hand, if you get universal truth sentence in reported speech, there will be no change of tense. But other time, this sense will be like this way. If you get am is are, it will be changed was were. Have has had. Have been has been had been. Was were had been. Had had. Had been had been. Main verb, if you get V1, you turn into V2. If you get V2, you turn into had V3. That is the all sense of tense. And the tense, how can we change the tense? We have already discussed this, and then this is an example. Russell said, I work hard to pass the exam. Russell said that he worked hard to pass the exam. You will find that V1 at the time of direct speech, and when it is turned into indirect, it is turned V2. And present continuous, you know that present continuous, if you get present continuous, it will be turned into past continuous. So it is said that if you get present, it will be turned into past. Now it is time of learning how to change direct to indirect. At first it is assertive sentence. Zakir said he was trying to answer the question. Zakir said that he had been trying to answer the question. So you may find that this is assertive sentence, and assertive sentence inverted comma is posted that Mamun said to me, you made a nice toy. Mamun told me. You may find that Mamun told me that. Me, you means second person. So me will be set in, and replaced of me, you will use I. Because you is a subject, the subject form of me is I. So you may find that Mamun told me that I had made. You know, I have already discussed that if you get V2, that will be says had V3. A nice toy. Okay, you may understand what I say. And if you get will, shall, may, then it will be turned into would, might. Shall, will equal to would, may equal to might. For the example, he said, we will help each other in this in times of danger. They said that they would help each other in time of danger. But would, should, could, might will be no changed. So for the example, you may say, Sonali said to me, she should read actively to stand first. Sonali told me that she should read attentively to stand first. You will find that should is no sense. Must, if you get must in reported speech at the time of assertive sentence, you will change it had to add in lieu of must. Okay, for example, the student said we must obey the rules of our school. The students told that they had to obey the rules of their school. Then I have already told you that if you get the universal tense sentence in reported speech, the tense will not be changed. Okay, thank you very much. We shall try to know more for our next class. And you know, this is COVID time, and this time no student should go out and they should not mix with another person, and be safe, keep safe, and keep in your house yourself. Okay, thank you very much.